Psalm 90. Psalm 90 is where we're going to start it at. And this is pertinent now because I keep saying it over and over. We got a lot of people passing away. A lot of people pass away. Just found out a couple of days ago, sister I've been knowing for years, Sister Crystal, which we had asked you to pray for Marilyn. That was her mother who had a stroke not too long ago. She's still recovering from that. And then turned around and her daughter died. Crystal died a couple of days ago, right after, I guess the day after the last day of the feast. I had a heart attack from what I heard. But that's just another example on so many people passing away, more than usual now. But it's always been a warning from the Lord that you got to get right before it's too late. You got to get right before it's too late. So that's the title, Life is Short, Seek God Now. Life is short. Even when we get to be 70, 80, people get to be 8, 9, that's still short. That's no time to the Lord. We read on a feast day that 1,000 years to us, and no man, by the way, has made it to live 1,000 years. That's only one day to God. And it's real short. And when you start to get older, you even start to feel how short it is. Because you be like, man, that was just yesterday. So-and-so, this was just, boom. This just, man, where did the time go? So you even start to realize how short it is. So this is why the Lord is telling us this, because we kind of forget, we get to live in life, and we kind of forget that it's going to be over real soon. And if we don't have it together, it's going to be a problem. So I try to stay cognizant of that, even though I know, and I know about the Lord, and I'm walking with the Lord. But we got people who don't have a clue about the Lord, and they living like they're going to live forever. That's it. Life is short. Seek God now. Psalm 90 and verse 12. Psalm 90 and verse 12. Go ahead, read that, my brother.
So teach us to number our days.
See, the Bible said, teach us to number our days. Because it's short. That's why. Why do you think he's saying teach us to number our days? Teach us to number our days. Go ahead.
That we may apply our hearts unto wisdom.
That we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Let's read back up now. I should have had that on there. We're going to throw this. Let's see, do I want to read that? No. Yeah, back up to verse 10. Let's see that. I'm going to throw that in there. Go ahead.
The days of our years are 80 years and 10.
See, that's the lifespan that God gave mankind. And no coincidence, even man's statistics now say life expectancy is in the 70s. That's what they say right now today. They say life expectancy of people is in the 70s. Even the best living nations is still in the 70s. Ain't nobody life expectancy in the 80s. I don't care. Like, I think in the East, China, Japan, some of them is a little higher, but it's still in the 70s. Still in the 70s. And this is what the Lord said, the days of our years are 80. And we know that in the old days, people lived much longer. Methuselah lived to be 969 years. And that seemed impossible to us. But with God, we know it's possible. He's going to do stuff like that again, too, by the way. Yes, sir. That's what we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to that healing. But right now, he said, the days of our years are 80, and what?
And if by reason of strength they be 80 years, yet is their strength labor and sorrow.
But life is you working hard until it's over. Go ahead.
For it is soon cut off.
It is soon cut off. Go ahead.
And we fly away.
And that's it. It's a wrap. It's over with. So he gave you a good 70, possibly 80, but then it's still going to end, brothers and sisters. That's the norm. That's how it's been going. Like I said, we're looking forward to a change. I'm hoping we be a part of it. It's coming soon, where people going to live hundreds of years again. And people think that's a fairy tale, far-fetched, but they don't know the Bible like we know it. Let's go to 2 Peter 3. Let's throw this in here. 2 Peter 3, because we read this on the high day. Peter, see, none of this is in the Bible for no reason. It's in the Bible so we can read it and understand it. 2 Peter 3. Pick it up at verse 8. 2 Peter 3 and 8. Read that, my brother.
But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing.
Now, he don't want you to be lacking here. He don't want you to be, like I said, sleep on it. Beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing. What's so important? He said, don't be ignorant of it. You wouldn't think this is important if you just read it. But he said, beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing. What's that?
That one day is with the Lord is 1,000 years.
Uh-huh.
And 1,000 years is one day.
And 1,000 years as one day. And I could have read, I meant to read some of that in the beginning of Psalm 9. That's what I meant to do, where he said it's a watch in the night. 1,000 years is as a watch in the night. Go back and read that. 1,000 years as one day. Psalm 90, go back there. But he said, Peter said he don't want us to be ignorant of this. One thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years. He didn't make this up. It's already written here in Psalm 90. Go ahead, just read verse 4. Read verse 4. Go ahead.
For 1,000 years in thy sight are but as yesterday when it is past.
1,000 years in God's sight are but as yesterday. So you see how the Bible corroborates itself? 1,000 years in thy sight are but as yesterday when it's past, and what?
And as a watch in the night.
And as a watch in the night. So his time is totally different. So when he tell us, like the title is Life is Short, it truly is short because it could be much longer even from man's standpoint. Adam lived 900 plus years. People have lived long, and even that's short, but it's much longer than what we get nowadays. So once again, we're going to read it again, verse 12. We're going to act like we're starting over. Go ahead.
So teach us to number our days.
So teach us to number our days. That's the message here. Number your days. What does that mean? Number your days. Start counting them. No, that means realize life is short, brothers and sisters, and get yourself together with God first. And don't be wasting no time because it's short. Teach us to number our days that we can do what?
That we may apply our hearts unto wisdom.
That's right, and that's God's wisdom we need. James 4. James 4. James 4 and 13. James 4 and 13. Go ahead, read it.
Go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow we will go in unto such a city, and continue there a year, and buy and sell, and get gain. Whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time, and then vanisheth away.
So even kind of idle talking, the Lord frowned on it. Idle talking, you talking big like what you can do. See, you're not numbering your days. You don't know your life could be over tomorrow. You talking big like what I'm going to do. I'm going to do so-and-so. Then when I get through, I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to do this. You don't know what you're going to do. You should be a little more cautious with that language. And at least include that if the Lord allow, if it be the Lord's will. That's what he's letting you know. He said, ye that say tomorrow we're going to go in the city and such a city and continue a year and sell, and we're going to make some money. We're going to do this. He said, 14, whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow. That's why Matthew 6 says, sufficient to the day is the evil there. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Don't even trip too much on tomorrow. Nothing wrong with making plans, but make them with a little caution behind it, that it's up to the Lord. Whatever the Lord say. For what is your life, he said? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and that vanish away. Isn't that something? That show you life is short. Yeah. No wonder he said, teach us to number our days. So how should you really, what language should you be using? It's okay to have some ideas and have some plans and all of that, but what should you preface it with? Go ahead, 15.
For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that.
That's all. Just recognize who really got the power. You ain't got no power. You don't know what you're going to do tomorrow. So if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. 16.
But now ye rejoice in your boastings. Mm-hmm. All such rejoicing is evil. Uh-huh. Therefore to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, mm-hmm. to him it is sin.
Yes, sir. Let's go to Ecclesiastes, back to the Old Testament, 12. Ecclesiastes 12. Ecclesiastes 12. Pick it up at 1. And then we supposed to skip. Ecclesiastes 12. Go ahead, read verse 1. Go ahead.
Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth.
Yes, sir. He said, remember now thy Creator in the days of your youth. Why does he say that? Because that's not going to last too long. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth. While what?
While the evil days come not.
While the evil days come not. Go ahead.
Nor the years draw nigh.
See, it's going to come, and it's going to come quick. So this is how you number your days. You figure out what the Lord is on and get with him. Because he can extend your life now and give you eternal life in the future. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil day, because it's coming. While the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say what?
When thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
See, when you start having no pleasure in living, people get like that. The older you get, I didn't talk to older people. There's a sister, she was in the church for some years. She came to our church at an old age, and she lived probably a good 20 years into her 90s going to our church. But I used to sit and talk with her, Sister Mitty. I would sit and talk with her. She'd be like, I'm ready whenever the Lord take me. Like she was almost like, I'm ready to go. She wasn't getting that much joy out of life where she was just saying, I'm just looking forward to the next day. She would say that often. I'm ready when the Lord take me. I'm ready now. So this is what he's talking about. He said, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come nigh, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. You're still living, but you done got so old, you don't even get excited about food no more. Nothing don't make no sense. Now he gives you a bunch of analogies like that all the way down to verse 7 when he get to the deathbed, because all of it was referring to that. But finally, he kills us at verse 7, so we're going to skip to that. Go ahead.
Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was.
Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was when you die. And you ain't going to heaven. That's another lie. There is no rapture. I'm going to deal with that tomorrow. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and what?
And the spirit shall return unto God who gave it.
Yeah, he's going to take that spirit that gave you life out your nostrils, and that's what make you die. And you go back to the dust. So it's happening. Life is short. That's the name of the lesson. But he said, teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts to wisdom. So he's telling you, make sure you get one thing right while you have time. And that's wise with God. How do you do that? Let's skip down to verse 13, because he was telling us about how you need to remember your Creator, and then before the evil days come and the days draw nigh, and ultimately when you end up dying. So he's talking about these deep things. But then he tells you this is the bottom line to all this deep stuff. This is the wisdom you need right here. Verse 13, and read it.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Oh, this is the bottom line. We need to hear this. What is it?
Fear God and keep his commandments.
Fear God and keep his commandments. This is what it's all about. And people get away from this. People act like you don't got to do nothing. Jesus did it. You're lying on Jesus. You're lying. The whole duty of man, he's getting ready to tell us, is to do this. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. It don't get no better than this. This is the conclusion of it all. All the stuff that we can talk about in the scripture, this is where the rubber meets the road at, where it always ends at. The conclusion of the whole matter, what is it?
For this is the whole duty of man.
This is the whole duty of man. But read 13 again, I'm sorry.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
What's the conclusion of the whole matter again?
Fear God and keep his commandments.
Fear God and keep his commandments. That's it. Then if that wasn't enough, he said that's the conclusion. Then he said, what else?
For this is the whole duty of man.
He said it's the whole duty of man. And how can you change the whole duty of man? You can't. And if you think it changed at some point in time, let's see what 14 brings us. Go ahead.
For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
So he took you all the way down to Judgment Day to show you that your duty is still the same all the way to Judgment Day, because he's going to judge you on what you do. He's going to judge you on how you live. God going to bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. But all this was on the heels of him saying, remember your Creator before time is up. That's the bottom line. Because once time is up, you didn't number your days and get right, apply your heart to wisdom like he said, then you're going to have the worst nightmare ever when you wake up at the resurrection. Ephesians 5, to the New Testament. Ephesians 5. Pick it up at 14. Go ahead.
Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light.
See, and this spiritually speaking, because we dead spiritually as a people, Israel is, and those that don't know God, equally dead. So he said, arise. He said, wherefore he said, arise thou that sleepest, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light. 15.
See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
So he's telling you, get that wisdom. That's what first scripture, Psalm 90 said, teach us number our days that we may apply our hearts to wisdom. So see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. But notice 16. Pay attention to that. Go ahead.
Redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
What that mean? Redeeming the time. How you redeem the time? He said, redeeming the time because the days are evil. It teaches you to number your days. In other words, take advantage of the time. Use the time you got.
Yes, sir.
Same thing in Ecclesiastes. Remember your Creator in the days of your youth before time is running out. Time is running out, brothers and sisters. We got people, young people, dying daily in the world. Life is short. Seek God now. Romans 13. And that's a shame to live and never find out about your duty and you die. That's why we out here preaching so. Because it's dire. It's serious business. We all over the place preaching because we don't want to see people dying and they don't find out what the truth is and get a chance to apply their hearts to it. Romans 13:8. Go ahead and read that, my brother.
Owe no man anything but to love one another.
That's right. And love is contained, spelled out in the law. People want to have love but do away with the law. You can't do it. They one and the same. And he's going to make that plain here. That's what I'm saying. There's so much drunken false teaching that it's not funny. Owe no man anything but to love one another. Go ahead.
For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
There you go, fulfilling the law. Because love is spelled out in the laws of God. He that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. Of course. Go ahead.
For this, thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal.
Oh, now we talking about love, but he went back to the Old Testament on us. Even though this New Testament, he quoted the Old Testament. For this, why? For what? What do you mean for this? For your love that you're going to have for your neighbor. You owe no man anything but to love one another. And this is the very reason. You're not going to commit adultery. You're not going to kill. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not steal.
You're not going to steal because you love. You ain't going to do that to your neighbor. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
You're not going to lie on somebody if you operating in the love of God. Now, if you operating in the love of self, you'll lie in a minute. But the law is telling you to love people as yourself. That's what the law said. That's why he started off. He said, owe no man anything but to love one another. And he said, if you loving one another, this is the reason you won't do so-and-so, so-and-so. All of these Old Testament laws, people want to say, well, the law done away with, and we got the New Testament. Guess what? You got the law in the New Testament.
Yes, sir.
He quoting the law right here, telling you need to keep it. How are they, this is what I'm saying, the Bible is true to the core, telling us there's many false prophets, because how are they believing this stuff, and it's all over their Bible? For this, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. What else?
Thou shalt not covet.
Even lusting after people's stuff is a sin. Go ahead.
And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
See, you love your neighbor as yourself, and you shouldn't want nobody to do those things to you. You shouldn't want nobody to steal from you. Even covet your stuff, because a lot of times people, they envious and jealous of somebody, and they want what they have. And for that reason, they don't even like the person because of what they got. That's because it's called covetous. Envy and jealousy come in there. He said, thou shalt not covet. If there be any other commandment is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. So that's that wisdom we need, brothers and sisters. But keep reading, because we got to get to the punchline to what we're dealing with in this lesson. Go ahead.
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
No, sir. Go ahead.
Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. Keep going.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Oh, now he getting to redeeming that time, like he said in the last place we read, which was Ephesians. He said, wherefore, and that knowing the time, knowing what time it is, that now it is high time to do what?
To awake out of sleep.
Why?
For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
See, and now it's nearer than ever, but go ahead.
The night is far spent.
Hey, we deep in the night now. He thought it was far spent. It's 2,000 years later, so we know it's far spent. Go ahead.
The day is at hand.
The day is at hand. Go ahead.
Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
This is what you got to do. This is how you redeem the time. This is how you make sure you paying attention when you number your days. Therefore, let us cast off the works of darkness. Go ahead.
And let us put on the armor of light.
13.
Let us walk honestly, as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness.
Oh, there go that drunkenness again from the last lesson. Let us walk honestly, as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness. Go ahead.
Not in chain-bringing wantonness. Not in strife and envy.
All of that you got to put away. But do what? 14.
But put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
Yes, sir. So we got work to do still, unlike what people telling us that Jesus did it all. Go to John 7. We're going to wrap this up. John 7. John 7 and 1. John 7 and verse 1. Go ahead.
After these things, Jesus walked in Galilee, for he would not walk in Jewry, because the Jews sought to kill him.
Yes, sir.
For the Jews' feast, the tabernacles, was at hand.
See, the Lord was wise, so he hid out when they was trying to kill him. But this go over everybody's head because most people don't know how much they hated Jesus, even though people say they love him now. If you would have been back there, you would have had to choose if you was going to be on his side or the establishment side. He was anti-established religion. That's why the religious leaders hated him. And it's feast time, so he going to finagle to get to the feast without them killing him. But go ahead.
His brethren therefore said unto him, Depart hence and go into Judea, that thy disciples also may see the works that thou doest. For there is no man that doeth anything in secret, and he himself seeketh to be known openly.
Go ahead.
If thou do these things, show thyself to the world. For neither did his brethren believe in him.
Go ahead.
Then Jesus said unto them, My time is not yet come, but your time is always.
See,
always ready.
See, they mocking him because he ducking. They say, oh, show yourself. He said, look, it ain't my time. My time is not yet come. So he knew the time he was going to die, but he still operated accordingly, because you could know God is with you, but that don't mean you just act a fool and put yourself in harm's way. He knew the people was after him. He acted accordingly. He went the other way. I can have all the faith in God. God can save me in any situation. But if I walk outside and there's people shooting guns down the street, there's no reason for me to be nosy and be going on there. What's going on? No, I'm probably going to go the other way. Because God don't honor stupidity. So that's why if you read this text, it started off and said, Jesus wouldn't go to Jerusalem, Jewry, no more, because the Jews sought to kill him. But then when you get down to verse 6, because they was mocking him, because they knew he was ducking. They knew he was ducking, bobbing and weaving. So they knew it. So they kind of said, what you ducking for? Why you don't go preach? You trying to preach, right? So read verse 6 again, because this is what made them say that. Go ahead.
Then Jesus said unto them, My time is not yet come.
He said, my time is not yet come. My time is not yet come. Go ahead.
But your time is always ready.
But your time is always ready. He's talking about death. He said, look, it's not my time, because he knew what time he had to die. He died on the Passover. This was tabernacle, so he knew he wasn't going to die then, but he wasn't going to be crazy either. He said, my time is not yet come, but I'm going to tell you something. Your time is always ready. And that's our time. Our time is any moment, any day. We could take our last breath, brothers and sisters. And the older you get, you start to realize that more, but young people die. So it's not limited to getting old. He said, your time is always ready. Go ahead and read verse 7. That's talking about the day of your death. It's any time, in other words. Go ahead, verse 7.
The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil.
That's right. That's why they hated him. And if you're walking with Christ, the world hates you too. Ecclesiastes 9 has said the same thing back here, brothers and sisters. Ecclesiastes 9. These two short lessons. And it go together with life is short. Seek God now. 9 and 12, Ecclesiastes 9 and 12. Read it.
For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare. So are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them.
See, that's exactly how it happened. That's exactly how it happened. Everything be fine one day, and the next day we are gone. Jesus said, my time is not yet, because he knew when he had to die. He didn't live much longer than when he was talking, because he died around the Passover. His ministry was only 3.5 years. He was into it by then. So, but he knew the timetable. He knew he was the Passover lamb, as we read earlier. But he told his brothers, your time is always. See, we have the luxury of not knowing when our time is. And it could be any day. And that's what he said here. For man also knoweth not his time. Talking about when you're going to die. As the fishes that are taken in an evil net. See, death wasn't meant to be pretty. And as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men. That includes daughters, snared in an evil time. That's death. When it falleth suddenly upon them. That's what happened. I learned the meaning of this. I was new in the word. And my mother, younger than some of these people that's been dying lately, my mother was 51 and for all practical purposes, healthy, working every day, everything fine, no hint of a die. Went to sleep and had a heart attack and died. And it was over with. Just like that. See, a lot of times it'll happen like that. Sometimes people get sick, they're in the hospital. You kind of got a little warning once they get sick. But a lot of times it happens just like this. A lot of times it happens just like this. You don't have no warning, no nothing. Get a call, find out somebody passed away. That's what happened to our sister Crystal. But now, back up to verse 10. So with that in mind, what should we be about? Go ahead.
Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might.
See, why you got a chance. Go ahead.
For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whither thou goest.
See, he point blank letting you know that's where you're going. So do all you can do before your time is up, because ain't nothing happening where you're going. No work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whither thou goest. That lets you know you ain't floating up to heaven either. That's some hocus pocus stuff. They make stuff up, and they try to act like death is not really death. That's a big lie. Death is death, but the good news is there's a resurrection. That's why it's expedient that we seek God, because he's going to wake you up and judge you. Let's go to Psalm 39. Pick it up at verse 4. Psalm 39 and verse 4. Go ahead, read that.
Lord, make me to know mine end.
See, this is the same thing in the beginning. Teach us to know my day. Lord, make me to know mine end. Go ahead.
And the measure of my days.
And the measure of my days. See, when you think about things the way the Lord trying to get you to think about, you don't have time to be puffed up, to be arguing over nonsense and be mad at somebody for nothing. You don't have time for that because you know how frail you are and how frail life is. You don't have time for that. Keep it, as they say, keep it a buck. He said, Lord, make me to know mine end and the measure of my days, what it is, that what?
That I may know how frail I am.
That I may know what? How strong I am, how I ain't got to worry about nothing. No, how frail I am. Teach me that. Go ahead.
Behold, thou hast made my days as an handbreadth.
That means you don't even need a ruler. If you had to measure your life expectancy on the big scale, you don't even need a ruler. You can just measure it with your hand. And he understood that. He said, behold, thou hast made my days as an handbreadth. Go ahead.
And mine age is as nothing before thee.
See, that's what he's talking about. He said, my age is nothing. Even 70, like I said earlier, that's nothing. And we be lucky to get there. Yeah. And that's nothing. And mine age is as nothing before thee. And if you think you more than you are, this is for you. Go ahead.
Verily, every man at his best state is altogether vanity.
Sheila. Yeah. Verily, truly, every man at his best state is altogether vanity. So there's no reason to be looking down on somebody or puffed up about anything because it's altogether vanity. That's at your best state. It's in the hole. Matter of fact, the Lord started talking about the earth. He talked about the earth in Isaiah. He said, all nations are as nothing before me. That's why he's going to come over and it's going to come down and it's going to be easy for him to take it over because he said all the nations, and their armies included, he said they are nothing. They as nothing before me. They're like, that ain't nothing. They like a drop in the bucket. He said that. Then he went on further to say, he said, actually, they less than nothing and vanity. That shows you how cold God is. So how can we as individuals get proud and get puffed up and think we more than we are? This is what a lesson like this should help teach us. One more place, Isaiah 55. Isaiah 55. Read it when you get it.
Seek ye the Lord while he may be found.
Yes, sir.
Call ye upon him while he is near.
That's the title. Life is short. We touched on that thoroughly. But you need to seek God expeditiously because life is short. You don't know when your last day gonna be here. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. That lets you know it won't always be that way, brothers and sisters. We take for granted too much. And what do you got to do since people want to do away with obedience and keeping God's law? What does the Bible say we need to do in this seeking the Lord while he may be found? 7.
Let the wicked forsake his way.
That's what you got to do when you seek the Lord. You're going to find that out. That's your job. Fear God and keep his command. That means you're going to forsake your way, your unrighteousness, your sinful way. Even your sinful thoughts, he's going to tell. Let the wicked forsake his way and what?
And the unrighteous man his thought.
Yes, sir.
And let him return unto the Lord.
Uh-huh.
And he will have mercy upon him.
The Lord will have mercy if you change. See, people want to get the mercy without doing nothing. Let him return unto the Lord. He will have mercy upon him. And to what?
And to our God, for he will abundantly pardon.
Yes, sir. Last verse.
For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
See, don't think God is on the same page as you. We got to get on the same page as him.
Yes, sir.
My thoughts, God said, are not your thoughts. Go ahead.
Neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord.
And I hope you got some understanding in Jesus' name.